So anyways, it's approximately 9:30 at night. We had to call a tow truck. Our spare tire, or our first original tire, blew a flat. I guess a defect in the manufacturer's tires, and Walmart's not helping any bit. The town shuts down early. This is Winnemucca. Walmart Tire Center may not even be open. And there's one other place, Schwab, which may not even be open either. And I didn't want this trip to be all for nothing. You know, I went to Seven Troughs Ghost Town. I went to Star Canyon. There's a couple places I couldn't find. Can't always trust what these maps say on the internet, you know. But the cemetery is over here in the woods, or in the trees rather. And you know, you see a casino over here, and anyways, we had a little ear in the tire that was flat. We had put some fix-a-flat, so the tire was, you know, all the way down. I put some air in it, and the tire exploded in my face. It sounded like a gunshot, and all kinds of people were running all over. There's Chevron right there. All kinds of people were running scared. You know, this is a small town, so they thought someone got shot. And right now, we're stranded in Winnemucca. It may be 2 days before I get home. So I decided not to give up. We did have a paranormal experience up at Star City Canyon. Something big, I don't know, beastly, threw a stick at the truck. We were trying to get out of there. I was riding on the back to put weight on, and something threw a stick. And I could tell you right now, I don't know what it is that threw the stick. I didn't see it. My son said he's seen it. It was big. He's dark colored. But the stick hit my window hard. It was tossed like a tomahawk. And, you know, we're about 25 miles from the turnoff of the road that goes down into Star Canyon. And we made it to a truck stop. They tried to find us a tire. They called all over. One guy was trying to screw us, wanted $400. And so we had it towed to Walmart, hoping that tomorrow we can just buy a new tire to put on and head on home. And it sucks because we had 4 mines planned tonight, a ghost town cemetery, and a couple mills, and all of it's been postponed because of 2 flat tires. But on the other hand, I'm entering a historical cemetery, and you know, it's been a long day. I got to sleep in my truck tonight, and so I'm going to sit here and I'm going to have myself a beer. And you know, I don't see anything wrong with that. I'm not driving, I'm not going nowhere. Things are looking pretty dismal with the thing. The car, I had to fix the exhaust. The bracket came off. It was hanging on the ground. We're lucky we made it. When the flat tire got stuck in snow, so we weren't going anywhere. That was the problem. We weren't going anywhere. We weren't moving. And so we had to put rocks, and I had brought a shovel. We shoveled out most of the ice and the snow, and we got the hell out of there. But we had to keep the momentum going. And I'm telling you, it was an experience like no other. Because we were lucky to get out of Star Canyon. And I wanted to just stop and maybe hike up the road for about 2 miles and see what we could find. And we had no choice but to get out of there. We started hearing a hissing sound. And it was terrible, man. We were driving it. We had to drive on the rim. By the time we got out of Star Canyon, we were on the rim. And so we put back on the other tire that got punctured and all that, and it got us to the truck stop. And there was a lady there trying to help us, calling home her husband and everything. And, you know, unfortunately, we're stuck here. This cemetery is just huge. I mean, I know it's hard to see, but there is all kinds of stones. And I got to be really careful not to be caught by cops. It's a small town. They're not going to like Lord Rick in his backpack with his Miller Lite, you know, hiking around. the cemetery at night and try and explain, hey, I'm looking for ghosts, and by the way, I'm not a local, so it is what it is. It's by downtown Winnemucca. Winnemucca's fairly historic. You can actually, this is where they store the red-haired giant skulls, is at the museum, and so there's definitely some history here, but I'm just going along and I'm looking at these gravestones. There's a lot of old stones in certain sections, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do some EVP tonight. I'm going to do some EMF readings. I'm going to do some photography and things of the sort. We went to Walmart and we were kicked out. I guess there was a bomb scare, and now we can't even get into Walmart to find out if the tire center's open tomorrow. We're thinking to ourselves, what the hell? I mean, this is a small town, but the people are bored. Obviously, this cemetery is so large that when I look off in the distance, you see where those lights are? That's how far the cemetery goes. It's a huge cemetery. Like, you can almost get lost in it. So I'm going to take EMF. I cannot keep the flashlight on too much longer because I'm going to get caught probably by local police who are bored. But, beautiful, beautiful gravestones. And I'm just showing you a few on video and letting you know what happened. I didn't expect to have 2 flat tires in one day and have half of my day ruined, because basically that's what happened. A lot of our day got, we couldn't, with the flats and changing tires and everything, we didn't get to go to all the places planned. And even though the first place was amazing, it's going to look good on our site, we had 5 or 6 other amazing places we did not get to do. And so I'm supplementing it with a cemetery tonight, because where we're broke down right now is next to the cemetery. Anyways, this is Lord Rick. You can check us out at www.paranormalghostsociety.org, where shit happens. It's a reality, and it's something that we have to just learn to face. Being the real thing about being a paranormal investigator is that you will face many trials and tribulations, and you just have to deal with it. The hardships, the cost, and it is part of what we do. There is a very old section here coming up. I don't know if I can let's see if I can run up to it real quick and show you guys. But there's some very old stones up here. I'm running. Oh yeah, this is the historic section up here. Should get some good EVPs back in here. But I'm doing what I can for our members, since everything went downhill with the flat tires. I still decided to come out here and give you guys some sort of creepy investigation. This is a pretty creepy cemetery. Now, I'm not intimidated. I've been doing this a long time. I see a ghost, it isn't going to bother me like some people. I'm going to sit there and say, you know what? It's just part of life. Ghost, energy, beings, And so when you do this long enough, you can go in abandoned places by yourself and not once be spooked. You could sit there and drink a brew and never have a thought about it. But I got to be careful. There are vagrants and people wandering the streets here, and I'm not looking for any trouble tonight. I'm just looking to do a clean cemetery investigation. That's all broke. Very old, 1800s old. So there are some old graves to check out, and it looks like I'll be taking at least about 50 pictures here tonight of some of the graves and vandalism and so forth. But this cemetery goes way back. There's a hill back there at a mausoleum, and I'm going to definitely check that out. And it looks like the stadium. I might go drink my beer at the stadium. Looks like there's benches, baseball field. It is what it is, my friends. But The key is to stay optimistic, never give up. So you lose a few investigations of a flat tire and you're stranded. Get out of your car, start traveling on foot and see what you can find. And I found this cemetery a few hundred feet from where we got the flat tire. So, you know, even though we got lights all around us, it's a cemetery and it gets pretty dark in certain areas. So, anyways, this is Lord Rick. Check us out, www.paranormalghostsociety.org. We are stranded in Winnemucca.